but naturally over it. Welcome to South George. We got this little bit of a stall that's happening because, again, the longer this goes on, nobody's really getting a chance to get a lot of loot. Look at the meds that a lot of these guys are sitting on. Just a couple of smokes, not a lot of frag grenades to really work with. Juanita's got a nice little flank. Is he going to spout out Bard? Yes, Bard's going to take a little bit of damage, but that's going to reveal him. Does Bard go around the entirety of this wall, get the lineup onto it, goes for a little bit of a peek battle back and forth onto this. Juanita takes a lot of, actually takes no damage on this. This is actually turning out for Bard. Finally, Juanita goes down the exchange, and I got to say, NIP is getting control over South George.
Yeah, NIP absolutely manhandling VSG right now. That's a difficult position for Juanita to be in. There's really only one angle that, you know, the member of NIP needs to shoot from. That he can just quick scope really fast. It's not going to be hard to land those shots. I mean, he missed a few, but eventually he does end up getting the kill on the Juanita.
We've got a strong favor for NIP in South George right now and just on the hunt. Look at about how much more free they are. They're just looking around, thinking if anybody's going to take the shots. And here we go. We got a couple of shots going back and forth as I believe Hulk has been spotted out. He's got himself a nice defensive position, but a nice flashbang over the wall. Should pop right up on top of him. And oh, actually kind of catches Bard a little bit, but does not matter. He's just going to go ahead and spray him down. Now it is all on to Dangche, last person standing.
Really going to have to question what they're going to do next game. I don't think they could compete again, but okay, Envy moving in here onto ENCE, and you do get the knock onto Rustenmar. Oh my goodness, Envy absolutely rocking ENCE right now.
Envy feeling in control over this. As you can see, Squeaky did go down as well. Rustenmar is out. That's going to be forcing them out and away from this position. But again, we do have the blue that's coming in right now, and look at the wall of NIP players just slowly moving in over towards Dangche.
Yeah, Dangche very much in trouble here. Can he pull off a miracle one before? It'd be quite the moment for him. I know he's just trying to find a way. He's got that M16, and that's not the ideal gun you want in that situation.
Give me a something full auto at least. I believe his other gun was the SKS that we saw just a second ago. Not necessarily a good close range fight that he can go with. Okay, takes a couple of shots, now reveals him, gets it down onto one of them, just trying to go for the flush, going for the spray on the other side of it, and actually manages to pick up two right now. Now playing off a defensive position, trying to get a spray back and forth. Takes a lot of damage, but that's going to be NIP taking down VSG at the start. A little bit of North America on North America action here. This has kind of been a running theme. North American teams like to kill each other in this event.
Yeah, it seems like they've been fighting each other a lot. And, you know, it's interesting when that happens because you almost feel like they fight each other and you wonder, is there any real love lost there? Oh, what a grenade from Sharky.
Good shot from Sharky coming out. Nice nade coming through there. Moody's still around the outside, but you can see Zampa's on the backside of this, hiding out over there next to Adachi, taking a couple of shots here. So Taro's down on one side of it. Pat Caps is slowly getting ticked down. You can see now it is all just Moody as Tempo Storm is just storming this complex, and that's going to be Envy getting eliminated in 15th place. OMG still on the outside of this. We did talk about Winstrike. They had to make their way inside the circle. Looks like they have bumped into 4AM, and naturally 4AM never afraid to take a fight. So one member down on Winstrike right now, and you can see Winstrike trying to get a little bit of damage back on the other side of his. Forever is down for 4AM. Long range nade's going to come down. Probably going to bounce just over on the other side of the tree. Is it going to bounce based off of it? And might roll down right next to Captain, but it's going to have to be a little short. Godby manages to run back over and get Forever up. It's all going to be about different angles, but ZG is also down up towards the top of the hill.
Yeah, Winstrike a little afraid to take this fight right now. They do get the revive onto Forever. Here comes another grenade making its way towards Captain. That one looks pretty good.
That was absolutely phenomenal throw. Trying to play around the trees there, and look at this. Tiksu on the other side of this gets a line of sight over towards Godby. 4AM had a great day yesterday, but they just keep getting third-partied from everywhere, and this isn't even a third-party attempt this time. Finally coming a little bit more alive. Tiksu's got the angle on the other side of it, but Nookie did go down in the exchange. Forever is kind of the front man and only man for 4AM up at the time.
Yeah, he's the last hope here for 4AM, but Tiksu does have the angle, landing quite a few shots. Forever very weak right now. Looks like the other members of Winstrike are trying to push in to finish off 4AM here. 4AM very much on the back foot.
Forever's just playing down in that little dip right over here next to shooting range. We see it get a lot of action. Smokes are now down. It's everybody from Winstrike just trying to hunt him down, and nice shots coming out for Forever, giving him a little bit more of a respite. Still just trying to find some way to survive through this, but he just doesn't have the numbers that are coming out for him. Actually, Godby does go, finally does bleed out there, so no surprise there. It's just going to be Forever all by his lonesome at this point. Still shots coming out from Winstrike. Torski's right on the front of it. Got Nuki on the other side. Really, it looks like they're just trying to unite, and they're just going to maybe go for the push after this, but that's going to be actually a full flush coming out from Forever, and that's going to be one of the members of Winstrike going down. It almost feels like they realize this might be a little bit too dangerous for us to push into. Sight lines for the rest of his team. Last guy to leave, and 17 just was like, huh, okay, yeah, you can just hang out by yourself. And look, some nice shots coming out from the Blue Bees, actually taking down Zampa as well.
Yeah, the Blue Bees, they've been picking up kills here and there so far. They haven't been able to get too deep into the standings as far as, placement goes. But that grenade, in fact, Zampa had left the smoke wisely. It was not taken down by that grenade from the Blue Bees. But that grenade does connect from Maluk onto KR10.
Nice reverse throw coming back over there. So a little bit of a nade battle back and forth along that hillside. So now we've got NIP that's kind of taking the low ground right over here next to shooting range. You can see Winstrike still hanging out where they were beforehand, but NIP not too comfortable in their position. Looks like they're trying to make their way up the hillside, so have a literal uphill battle ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Cloud's getting a knock there. It looks like OMG and AFF are in a fight. Gaxi, though, in a fight here with Winstrike, landed a little bit of damage onto Nookie, trying to get around that corner, but getting hit from another angle, so he's got to back off. Some grenades come in. Miraku does get the knock onto Nookie, but it looks like it's AW7 coming in from behind here on NIP.
Datmosh has just been hanging out in the back of this and annoying so many teams. But here we go. We've got Afreeca, Freecs Fatal slowly making their way up right next to OMG. A little bit of a defensive fight coming out from OMG at the time. NIP still trying to make their push up this hillside. So here we go. We got Lambu that's kind of looking back over towards OMG. His backside kind of revealed, but really not a lot of teams pushing back on this angle. But he has to keep that eye for it. Make sure that nobody's coming up on their flanks. You can see Silence down back behind that rock right now. And here we go. The shift has gone back down towards the south, where we're looking at this fight right now. A lot of teams now going to have to leave. Remember, we talked about Mikas. He was down inside that bunker. Now has to leave out through that one-way entrance.
Right, and there's Tempo Storm just waiting right outside of it. So he's going to probably have a really difficult time getting out of there. Now, he might be able to wait and get lucky if Tempo Storm doesn't know he's there and they they decide to go. But yeah, Shadow here. Oh, yes, Shadow, you've got the angle on the Zhao Hai. That will be OMG going out into 11th place.
8 kills for Afreeca. Freecs right now, they have just been fighting their way up this hill. Taking down OMG gives them so much control over the circle at the time.
Rogi trying to protect the flank here for the Crusaders. They're kind of in a bit of a pinch. It depends on what AG wants to do here. They're a little further out, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to land those shots. And, Entus Force, they've smoked up here, and they're trying to make their way in as best they can, landing a little bit of damage. But Indigo gets a knock onto Rusty Zera there.
Nice shots through the smoke, and you can see Rogi's just trying to spot him out. Does get the down onto one of them, but goes down inside of the exchange. Indigo taking a couple of shots, and also going to get a couple of sideline shots. Third party from AG way off in the distance. So with this, you can see now, meanwhile, Armory Gaming, they have a lot more control that they can move forward into, but they don't have the same amount of cover.
Yeah.
So it's going to cause a little bit of trouble for him. And uh-oh, Maluk has been spotted out, just hiding back behind his tree right now. Just again, Tempo Storm somehow managing to sneak inside the spot. Haven't had the best day, so really just trying to get what position they can.
Ooh, but Teme playing spoiler here for NIP, being the sneaky snake, gets the knock and the kill on the NBS, looking for some more damage on Miraku. Gets a little bit, but the grenades coming in, doing some damage to Teme. He's going to have to back off a little bit. Vard pushing up onto him here while he's trying to heal. He's trying to spray him around the corner. He does get it. That will be Winstrike going out in 6th place.
But look, Armory Gaming hears this, comes right up back behind Ninjas and Pyjamas. Gaxi goes down inside of the exchange. You can see Vard now looking over, trying to figure out exactly where the shots are coming from, but it's going to be Duckman that gets it down on Miraku. This is paying up big for them as Duckman is just walking forward and takes down NIP.
Duckmans is absolutely insane with that AK. Some really nice rips there. AG feeling confident, pushing in here. Han Boya gets the finish onto Godly. So that is another member here down for the Aerowolves. They still have one more standing, but AG looking extremely strong right now with 9 kills, easily their best round of the tournament.
They did lose General inside of that exchange, but no fear coming out from him. Look at this. Duckman's finally deciding that he wants to med back up. He's just like, I don't care. I think I can kill you before you can kill me. Doesn't matter. I've only got like less than 25% of my life.
He's honestly been one of the most impressive players here for me so far in this tournament.
Oh, hands down.
I mean, it's just crazy how good he is and how confident he is. He is not scared of anything. Han Boya trying to finish off the last member of the Aerowolves in the smoke. Avo, the leader here, the in-game leader for the Aerowolves, kills. Does manage to get the heal off. Hanboya spraying in there, but no bullets really connecting so far. Oop, he had to crawl outside of the circle, and then Raspu managed to get him there.
Gonna go ahead and take that one up. So here we are. We've got our last 3 teams, 6 alive at the time. It's Brazilian Crusaders. Right over there next to them is Tempo Storm's Maluk, and then we've got Armory Gaming that do have to push over towards the circle, and somehow Maluk managed to get the new circle. So he just gets to, he's friends with that tree at this point. I wonder if he's like named it. They're like just over there having conversations.
He's carved his initials into it and put a little heart under it. You know, it's looking good there.
It's just his home now. He's been there for quite a while. Like, look at all the grass. He's just kind of hanging out, letting everybody else fight at this point. I mean, it's kind of like karma, right? He was kind of defending the other teams earlier whenever we had somebody hanging out down below him. So now just let everybody else fight and defend him.
And look at this situation we have here. Tempo Storm's Maluk has a little dip to himself. The members of the Crusaders have a little dip to themselves, but they're making their way out now, and Hanboya has sights on them, trying to get those mini 14s out. He does get the knock onto Raspu. That means there's only one member left here for the Crusaders. He goes down. That's 10 kills here for AG.
Look at this. Armory Gaming now knows they have complete control over this. 3 members up, and poor Maluk is just hanging out behind that tree. Finally decides he wants to go for some shots, moving his way up that hillside, but he has a firefight ahead of him. Duckman's grenade starting to roll back down that hillside right up in front of him, does a little bit of damage. Looks like there's going to be a follow-up grenade following through onto this. Is it going to connect? Got to roll back down the hillside, so he's going to get a little bit longer to survive, but look, Hanboya is coming around the outside flank here. It's going to be DMG holding the other angle, but look, Maluk gets the down onto Duckman's. Hanboya still holding that other angle, trying to get a little bit damage, does connect, and that's going to be Armory Gaming picking up the round win with 12 kills.
What a statement here from Armory Gaming. They had a tough day on day number 1. They got some kills, a lot of it on the back of Duckman's, but here, 12 kills total.